Hi guys, welcome back to our second day of bootcamp, and I can see some of the new names here, so that's really good too. And people will join by four, maybe 4 or 10. I just asked some other college guys are also joining. Maybe let's see like whether they will join or not. But yeah, it's fine. We can start our meet. No need to wait for an all. So for the people who don't know me, or for the people who just missed the day one, also no issues for it because I will cover a brief intro about that also now. So let's get first tell about me. I am Aditya Gupta, and I am a computer science student from Velo Institute of Technology, Chennai, and I'm a Microsoft Learn Scrum ambassador at a beta level. Okay, so it's the second highest level, you can say. And I have taken an initiative for this boot camp on web development. Okay, the reason of taking the initiative is that because many people used to text me in LinkedIn or in my WhatsApp like, "Hey, I'm just new to like web development. Can you help me how to get started and all?" So it's for all, right. You can all take all advantage what basically you have from this boot camp, and as if you have attended the day one, you can see like the way I teach basically is totally different because it's not going as kind of theoretical that you usually have in your day-to-day classes. It's going to be a scenario based, right? So enough about me. And some students are also facing maybe issues of assessing their certificates or what the digital swag can be. So let me make sure about that. Like certificates will be mostly shared by the end of the day. The bootcamp is all for most of the days. Mostly in worst cases it may go like for the second day, else it won't. Like the previous day one boot camp finished around 5:30, and certificates I have given to you all around 9, right, on the same day. And even digital socks and the digital swags are mailed to you personally, in which you can't download it, so that we can prevent a kind of like copyrights issue and all. But you can take the screenshot for sure, but you can't download it mostly in the cases, uh, unless and until I if you take permissions from me. Okay, so that's what about it for the digital stacks. And digital stacks are kind of important things for the Microsoft and Student Ambassador, because all won't get digital stacks. It's only the authority given to few of us, that is MLSs, to give the digital swags and the certificates to you. So all the certificates and digital swags are too much prestigious as they have a tag of Microsoft. So make sure about that. So that's really good about it, and I'm happy like all people are interested about it. So let me share the screen. And firstly, before going to the event, I should tell you like how you can assess your stuffs and all, because some people are facing some issues regarding that. Uh, Make sure to join this Discord. Make sure to join the Discord, else maybe you will end up in missing some of your important information, because all the things I will share here, in fact notes, resources, and all the queries will be handled here. So if you make sure, I have given a link on 1018, yeah, around 1018, right? So I have given a link. Just click this link, you will redirect to that page, and click on day one, certificates for the attendee. So all the certificates with the name is being shared over here, and event recording is also there. So this is a one stop destination, so you can just bookmark it, because for all the rest days I will upload here itself. Fine, so that to prevent the ambiguity and stuffs like that. So make sure you not forget to join this Discord server, because all your queries will be also handled here, because you can personally DM me, or whatever you can post in general section also. I will surely help by the day, by the end of the day for sure. Okay. um, as I talk about you like about the MLSA programs and also some may be interested for this, so let me take you to the website of MLSA. So this is a website you can apply the MLSA program from. Just click on apply now, and just fill out the three answers and your required details also. And if you submit now, by end of or in middle of March, you will get your result. So I think you all remember the benefits of being an MLSA: getting free access to the Microsoft Azure, and getting unlimited access to the LinkedIn Learning with premium support. Kind of getting MTC vouchers. If you know about like myself, I'm a Microsoft certified in Azure as a fundamental level, and even I got swags regarding that. That is a handset. That is a headphones of around 5K I got from Microsoft for free, because of clearing that examinations and also. it's kind of that. So make sure to do like that. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you can see that also. Okay, fine. Stuffs about me is done, and now let's get to the thing that you have joined for. Okay, can you confirm? Just can you see my PPT? Can anyone confirm? Okay. You can see it means. Okay. Basics of web development using the VS Code. So as I taught you yesterday about front end and back end, let me brief about it because maybe some of you have not joined for the day one. So in a web development, there are the two parts. There is a front end and there is a back end, right? So in this bootcamp, we are gonna talk about mostly of front end parts, and I will give a brief idea about the backend part in today lecture even, because we're gonna learn about advanced HTML today. But don't get scared of the word that is advanced HTML, because I think it's not advanced actually, but it is considered to be somewhere in advanced level, right? But I will teach in a way like it's going to be a cakewalk for you. So let's just follow me. Okay. So in front end part, you're gonna have HTML, CSS, you're gonna have JavaScript, you're gonna have jQuery. JavaScript or a jQuery it is used to be combinedly say, and you're gonna have Bootstrap also for making a responsive web design. We're gonna take that parts in our later sections of this bootcamp itself. So make sure to join all day so you're gonna don't miss any important information about that. And in the backend part, you're gonna have a MongoDB. If you want some kind of strictness to your data, then you can use MySQL or a SQL, right? But if you don't know about how much your data can be strict or not, or maybe it can be flexible, right? So in that case, MongoDB is a better option, I will say. So what basically does it means the strictness? Because I said about this yesterday even, but I forgot to tell you about what basically the strict data means. Okay, let's say you are registering for a website, and in that website, what basically you need? You will need a name. You will need a um, let's say email id, and there's a mobile number. Okay, in alternative there is a alternate email id, let's say. I will show you that example also. I have built that forms that's just only with HTML and CSS. It looks really good, like many I got many feedback around this, so I will show you that also. Just bear with me about that. Okay. Yeah, so that was I'm talking about, that you want to have an email ID, you want to have a name, let's say, and you want to have a mobile number, and there's an option called as an alternative email ID. But that is not required case. It can be optional, right? People can skip it even. So so in that case, MongoDB is better, right? Because for that it's gonna scale from person to person. Some person may add their alternative email ID, or some person may not. But if you end up in using SQL or a SQL, then you have to put a null where the user have not mentioned, and getting nulls more in the table is a really big issue, and it needs to be normalized. It's need to be normalized, sorry. So for normalization, you have many forms: 1NF form, 2NF form, 3NF form, 4NF form, 5NF form. But mostly the normalization goes up to 3NF form, that is considered to be too strict. And for the for the advanced tables, 4NF form and 5NF form is preferred, right? So that's the hectic, you can see, like you have to do if you go with SQL and MySQL, in which you're not sure about your strictness about the data. So in that case, MongoDB is useful. Okay, enough about the backend stuffs and all. It's kind of complex when it goes to backend, so it's very preferable to start with the front end part. Once you get a hold on front end, for sure you will get into the backend. So me itself going to bring a backend bootcamp for sure soon. So stay tuned to my link anyway. Okay, what is HTML? HTML, just a brief intro. I gave yesterday. So HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and hypertext means a linking of several web pages, and markups are the annotations. What the tags basically use. We seen unordered list, that is UL, unordered U, and list L. So it becomes UL. For the ordered list, ordered O, and list L, so it will become OL. So the all the tags in mostly in HTML are framed in that way only. Okay, so it works like that. So that is called as basically the markups. And I told you about the importance of HTML in a website is as much important having a bones in a body. So can you imagine your body without bones, right? No, you can't. Then it will become a kind of written, not bedridden, but kind of, mm, your body will be like slimy, right? You can't even walk, you can't even stand or whatever. So because you don't have any bones. So in as the data way, the HTML is important in our website, because if you don't have HTML, then you can't imagine really a website. So that much important as HTML can be. So make a relation, a correlation with your bones of the body, so that you can make it use of nicely. So the middle image is basically the bone showing the HTML. The right one is showing the CSS. I will talk about in the tomorrow's day, that is day 3, the CSS is, and the day 4 will be again the advanced CSS. Okay, so it goes like that. Okay, fine. And the one on the left is basically having a body with which can do several functions, comes under JavaScript, and you can code it with Bootstrap itself. That we'll also talk about in this bootcamp. Next important things, HTML is case insensitive. Okay, so it means you can write in lowercase, you can write in an uppercase. It doesn't really matter. It depends on you. But I will suggest you to follow a strict hierarchy. If you fix to be be in an uppercase, go with uppercase. Don't change it ever. If you fix it to be in a lowercase, fix it. Don't go for a uppercase and all, or don't even mix it. Don't make it hybrid. Okay, HTML is kind of fun, so make use of it wisely so that you won't get end up issues while you get errors, because since we are now have written the less code, we're gonna write more codes as compared to the yesterday's session. So you will get difficulty when you debug it. That's the basically issue. So just follow a common hierarchy. For the sake of convenience, I will follow lowercase. The reason is I don't like to type much actually. So the reason is that actually. Okay. So why? Because caps look kind of bold, right? So I don't like that. So you can say it's my wish. Okay, it depends only on you. So just follow one thing. Fine. I have started a scenario in the yesterday's session. What's the basically scenarios? Like there's a cute boy called as a kid 2, and named is kid 2, and he don't know about the codings and all, but he wanted to join the software engineer company. Okay, it's fine. But as I said, he don't know anything, right? So he has to start somehow, because software engineers are not like people who use to be found everywhere, right? They're a specific kind of members, a very good attitude, right? So they should know about some development skills. The development skills can be app development and can be web development. And about app development, I'm gonna launch this another bootcamp for app development. Okay, so that's going to be really good. Stay tuned that in few months. Yeah, I wanna launch on that app development also. Fine. But Kitu don't know about web development, but he gets determined of the being a very good web developer. So now it's your opportunity. Now it's your things to make the kid to learn about web development. So now see how much responsibility you have to make a person learn about that things, right? So next, consider the today's scenario, guys. I hope most of you are from CS background. Even if you are not from CS background, don't worry. I'm gonna teach you from the basics, right? Okay, let's read it. Kitty was learning Introduction to Algorithms. So this is a book which was used if you have studied data science and algorithm, or even if you are taking course like design and analysis of algorithms in a semester. Okay, so this is a book, um, very famous book, you can say, which was written by Thomas H. Corman. Okay, fine. Who is Thomas H. Corman? If you don't know, he is a very great, serious computer scientist. If you can imagine any data structures or algorithm in your day-to-day life, whatever stacks use maybe, it's because of one of the contribution because of Thomas, right? Okay, he liked the book that much, he decided to learn about the author. Fine. He started searching about him and suddenly he got a website. And that is the CV of the very serious computer science expert named Thomas L. Coleman. If you don't know about CV stands for curriculum vitae, and it's kind of a website which shows about you, or it's kind of website which portrays about you, right? Okay, so it should correlate with you, like what basically you have qualifications or have written in CV. But the thing is, Kittu is shocked now. Can you guess why? The reason is, as I said, Thomas is a very great computer scientist, and he was thinking, why the website looks like that? But why? Because the website is basically made only using HTML. Yeah, you heard it right. The website is only with HTML, not with any fancy tech stack such as CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, Node.js, SQL, MySQL, Oracle, whatever. It is just made with HTML. Now, can you imagine, guys? that such much great computer scientist just made his website with HTML. It's kind of amazing, right? So why not build that, right? So that's the basically curiosity happens in kid too. So that should be happens in you, even like the guys you are learning development and you are going to become a web developer after the end of this bootcamp. Can you guess how the website looks? This is I will keep up to you until the bootcamp, until the day two finishes, because what the and what we get in the end is basically the same, and we'll made more about that, right? After seeing the website of great legend Coleman, now Kittu decided to make a CV just by adding HTML as he did. So now the challenge is to help Kittu make CV by using HTML. Make sure the CV contains a pic, sections like about, my education, work experience, my skills, and contact me. And for your convenience, I have made the website so that you know how the final website looks actually. So let me show you that website. Guys, can you see the website? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Fine. So your website should look something like this. So one thing maybe you're thinking, why it's not looking good? It's not looking good maybe because you're finding some colors, and that colors comes under CSS, right? So because of that, it's not looking as good. It will take, you can modify this website to make good as you want. Okay, fine. We will start learning CSS from day three. Sorry, yeah. So your CV should have some image like this. It should have a name. It should contain something about you. Then it should have some educations in which whatever you can have, what I have included mine. Then you can have your work experiences. But I have 4 work experience, so I have included 4 work experiences here. Then you're gonna have a my skills. Then my skills, just you have to rate it like this. Then you're gonna have some contact me section, and the end you're gonna have a form section. So at this part, I will brief you something about the backend part. So, but before getting started, as I said, today is advanced HTML. I have to tell you how basically you can do all these things. So, I gonna talk you about tables and forms. So tables and forms are considered to be advanced HTML sometimes. Okay, let's take that. So what you have to do is, first of all, go to the VS Code. I have mentioned about the extensions in the before class. If you have missed that extensions name, contact me, I will share you again. Fine. Okay, so just go to VS Code, just click on this tab and write your file name index. Now you should keep a dot, or sometimes called as period, and then write HTML. What basically HTML means? HTML is an extension. It is similar to like what basically programming language you have written, maybe C++ for CPP or Python for .py, whatever. Okay, fine. How you're gonna start is, first of all, you should make a structure of HTML. So I made you install auto close tags in the previous day one. So just write HTML and just go with HTML5. So once I click over it, the structure of the HTML is made for you. Let me change the title, uh, tables, because we're gonna learn about tables now. Okay, so once you have saved it, how to preview how it looks now? For that, just click on right of your side of your mouse, click open with live server. Once you click on open with live server, it will open for you. There is another way to open this. I will tell you shortly about that. Let me write some code for you. Okay. Before starting tables, uh, I assume like you know about rows and columns, right? If you know about rows and columns, then it's going to be very easy for you to know how the table works. Okay. Um, First for write table to start with, table. You get a suggestion. Just click on that. Then table has 2 parts. First of all, there is a table head. Click on that, and table head, and then there is a part called table body. So in tables, you're gonna basically include your header in this part and body in this part. Okay. Let me just write some code, and then I will tell you how it's gonna work. Okay, fine. In table head, inside the table head, you have to put the number of columns. So let's say in a given scenario, you need 4 rows and 4 columns, right? So you're gonna build a matrix, let's say for a 4 by 4. So how are you gonna make it work, write td. Td is table data, right? So tables t, d is data. So tables td. Let's say first name, FHT, first name. Then I gonna have last name, td, tables data, td. So just when you do codings and all, just pronounce like this so that you will not end up in using some different tags and all. First name, last name. Then I can have my GPA, let's say. CGPA is a grade, you can say. Then I can have my, what I can have else. Okay, something else, nothing issues. Let's say pin. Oh, just something random, right? Nothing big. Okay, just hit Control S to save your file and just see how it looks. Okay, it just looks on a same line. Fine. Table looks like that. I will tell you why in just few minutes. Okay, so the table head goes here. Now maybe some are confused with what basically means table head and table body. So let me do that also, clearance. Now once you have built that in table body, you're gonna use one more thing and enclosing with td, that is called as a table row. So table row is indicating the rows in your html. So as I said, you have to build a 4 by 4 table. So 4 by 4 matrix, you can say a 4 by 4 table. So you're gonna have 4 table rows. So how you can know? Tables t, rows r. So it works like that. Okay, table row, one more table row, one more table row, okay, and one more table row. Great. Okay, and each table row you're gonna enclose your table data. Fine, because you're gonna have a 4 rows, and each 4 row you're gonna have 4 columns. So this is basically the columns. I will tell you, just bear me for a few more minutes, then I will show you graphically how I wanna mean. So let's say table data to be first name should be, let's say name Aditya, table data, um, and my CGPA is 9.31, let's say, and pin code table data for something like this. Okay, just let me copy for you so that I can tell you quickly. Uh, that hmm. Okay, let me hit a Control S and just look how it looks. Now, let me take the screenshot. Okay. 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 Fine. Great. See how it works. The thing you have mentioned from here is basically R1. This is basically a R2. This is basically a R3, and this is basically an R4. What basically R means? Row 1, row 2, row 4. So here, this Aditya belongs to row 1. This Aditya belongs to row 2. This Aditya belongs to row 3. And this Aditya belongs to row 4. Fine. And how many columns? You can tell now. You can tell now. I am sure because you are too much intelligent. I know all you. Okay, fine. C1, let's say column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. And how everyone gonna relate to each other? This is gonna be column 1, this is gonna be column 2, this is gonna be column 3, and this is basically belonging to column 4. I think now you're getting somewhat like how it's basically arranged. Okay, let me include now HTMLs, right? This rows, what you have seen here, is basically TRs. This is basically you have wrote about TRs, right? You have write TR command. So it's basically of TR. So this for the circles you are seeing just because of TRs. So let me do that. Links and all. Okay, fine. You got it now. Fine. And each TR you have enclosed with 4 table data. If you are not sure, just see it. Right, you have code now. See, you have one table, one stable row, and you have enclosed 4 table data, that is 4 TDs. So what basically TDs mean here? So TDs are basically this, right? You have wrote Aditya Kumar 9.31 something randomly, right? So each TD are in a each table row. So it works similar like this. Okay. Some point of time it looks to be kind of odd, right? Because you are just starting a journey with web development, I assume to be. So it looks odd, but once you do more coding, you will get used to it because this is the way how HTML works. So let me brief you again. For each things you are writing, basically are the rows. Aditya, 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 Aditya are the rows, and each number you are getting this like lines is called as a column. Okay, let me tell you now about this. What I have wrote: first name, last name, CGPA, and pin code. This is basically called as table heads. Why basically this is called as table heads? Because it's helping you to navigate what basically this Aditya means. You know, if you just see it randomly, no, I am not an astrologer, right? Okay, I don't know. I should know about. I should given some that much in, and even I'm not intelligent that much, right? So for that, table heads are developed. So how you know Aditya is basically you just see in top that is the first name. How you know that 9.31 does it mean? You just see in the top that is called as a CGP. For that purpose, the intelligent persons who have built the HTML had start making use of table head. So that table heads have 4 TDs. Why 4 TDs? Because 4 columns. So in total, if we have to make some kind of linking, how basically everything gonna work, think like this that I used to think. Table row is basically equivalent to TR, and table column is basically equivalent to your TD. So when I say you're gonna have that number of columns, so you should think of TD. When I say you're gonna have that much number of rows, you should think of TR. That's it, nothing much. See, can you tell now? Is it advanced HTML? People used to say this is advanced. Yeah, oh my god, nothing advanced and all, nothing. Okay, really agree me. And I know people used to sometimes confuse with tables and all. Because of that, we're gonna build more um, what we say, more project, more websites and project in further days of this bootcamp itself. I have made set like that so that at least you should be confident in some of the tags that I have mentioned, and what the tags I used earlier yesterday I will use today itself, so that it gonna you can revise it. Like, even you can say while I'm teaching, like, what is this. I have no minds and all in that. Okay, now I feel in table rows and all you are fine. Okay, um how it looks you seen already, but one thing that is worrying me is it's look congested, right? Yeah, it's look congesting. What to do? Okay, let me tell you how we can make it more looks fine. Okay, this look congested because we have not mentioned any parameters and all. Let's say if you want to make it look good, let's say, then there's something attribute called as cell spacing. So how you can add a cell spacing? So just go with that cell spacing. Let me add some number. Let's see, looking fine or not. See, it's look more good. So now you can see separately what basically the name is at a glance. What basically the table name is, CGP and pin code. Guys, can someone tell me how to bold characters? Because I want to make this first name, last name, and CGP and pin code looks to be in a bold so that it doesn't get mixed with this. Anyone remember what's the command for a table to make something bold? Else I will say for sure. Anyone has any anyone remembers? Mm-hmm. Hey, speak something. You know.
Yeah, B is the command. No?
Yeah. Great, Palfish. Good, good. He is the command itself. So how you can make something bold is bold. I am saying specifically bold. Just take the first capital of B. Just take the first letter of bold. That is B. So B, and then because of auto close tag, you will get the closing event. Just enclose in a B. B. Just enclose ND. Okay, and really trust me, if using the extension right, you will saves a lot of time and your finger even. I told you the story of finger yesterday, remember? I think you like that even. Okay, fine, but that's really true, right? Because I end up doing like that. Okay, let me save this for you. uh, Reload. Hey, what's happening? um Bold B first name, it's not capitalizing. Okay, no issues. Let's fix this. um, Font with bold. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay, it comes under CSS. I will tell you why. Okay. Sorry for that. I forgot. Okay, you can't bold it as of now because it comes under CSS. Tables has some their predefined CSS. To modify that, you should know CSS. Okay. I will tell you. No issues. Only there's an exception with tables, as if I remember. There's exception with tables. If you have to do some kinds of bolds and all, na, you have to use a, CSS. That is, you have to tag this t heads table data. If you can tag this t heads table, just set the font weight as bold, and it will become bold. I will show you this in boards in your CSS camp. It's just an exception. I forgot. See, this also happens. Like, so you need to do proper revising and all for that also. Okay, fine. I hope you got the meaning of cell spacing. Cell spacing makes your table more difference within your particular cells. So let's say if this is cell 1, so it makes a gap. So cell spacing is used for that. Okay, fine. Um, Once I have covered tables, let me tell you something about forms. Okay, HTML gives you another feature called as forms. So to the forms, you can expect or accept the response from the user. So how this goes, let me tell you. Okay, so the form has layout of form. It has two things: action, and it has one more thing called as a method. In action, if you're just learning a front end, so you will just keep it blank. But in a method, you can keep it get or you can keep it both, but not both at a time. You have to keep at least once. Even if you keep it blank, get will be applied the method as by default. It's the how the HTML works. So let me keep it get for now. And what the basically difference between get and the post? Get is let's say you are surfing google.com. So if you write google.com in the browser, then it brings a web page onto your browser. So it basically means get. So in that way, the get works. And what is post? What is a post method? Whenever you are filling some registration forms, you are sending your data to the web server to store somewhere. So it is called as a post. So get in post works like this. Let me just take a, something called as get. Okay, and how it works? You have things like label, and you can create some label name. Let's say name. Then you have something called as input. Input should be of type text so that you can able to write text over it. Then you should have something called as a name, which also essentials in I will tell how. Let's say you have some another name label for label called as I will make it this first name then FAST first name, uh, last name. Okay. Then you should have something input, and then type should be text and name anything. Let me just keep f name, l name, and let me show you how it works. These things you are making it. Now I told you another command call as to make it in a different lines. Like see, first name and last name are looking on the same line, so I don't like it. So make it a different like you can just use a break tag. So break tag is br. So br, right? Breaks break. So it will work. And if you create more space, if you want to create more space, just include one more br. So yeah, you have spacing one. We're seeing one more space, but in the forms you usually see a submit button. So that's missing. Just go with input button. So see the features of VS Code. Just write button and let's say value will be submit. So what basically this value will show you like this. The text inside the button is goes inside this, and let's say I create me two more BR so to look it more good. Okay, see, this is basically the forms. So you can just write something, let's say Aditya Gupta. So it's nothing work happening now. The reason being, we have mentioned nothing in actions. And if you end up mentioning something in actions, then I will consider you as a full stack web developer. Why? Because if you have mentioned, it means you are going to relate with some frameworks, let's say server frameworks, or maybe you are going to relate with your backends, let's say SQL and MySQL. So this works like this. So if you start mentioning something, let's say action dot PHP. So PHP is another language like HTML and all. So what will happen when once you click on submit button, it will try to get data or post data from actions.php. Let's say make it post. So what will happen now? So if you have mentioned this like as post, then once you have clicked on a submit button, then it will try to find out the actions of PHP, and in that it gonna post that data wherever required. It will happen nothing now because we are not dealing with that, right? But just let you show how it works. I have mentioned about that because if I try converting this stat, then it will come into backend part, right? So I will make a separate bootcamp for the backend mostly. So I will teach you how to do or how to make it work in the backend. Okay. So for this I have this is the forms basically section. So it is also considered sometimes in advanced system, but there's nothing because if you know what's basically label used for, label is used for showing these names and all, and what basically the input used for, input is taking the input from the user. It will give you a box like this. So cute box like this, it will give you another BR break to line break. There is why basically we need to use a BR tag. Maybe some has some questions because this labels are inline elements. So maybe you don't know about inline elements, outline elements, and all because it's a part of CSS again. And HTMLs are block element. I can show you even. Um, See, this is the box. So there's a extension called as pesticide that I will more use in CSS, not in HTML because it's used for that. So this first name is taking one box, and this input is taking one more box. So if I don't use Priya, right, so that box will go here. So basically that if any elements are doing, then it is called as a inline elements. But if anything is just going to the new line by default, then it's called the block elements. That you have also examples like h1s. All the headings are block element. It will not take it will not it will take the whole space. I can show you now even. Let me tell you about, let me write h1 registration. Well, mostly don't tell about this and all because um, it comes under CSS mostly. Sometimes they're also not that. Okay, see, um, if you see the registration form, it's an H1, and see, it's taking the whole space, right? That's why the pesticide is used by the developers because it can make you visualize which are the block elements and which are inline block elements and which are hybrid block and inline. So it works like this. So you can change any property of an element even with the help of CSS again. Okay, to see how much it's going to be important for CSS for you. So let's say if you want to make this h1 take the full space, not this rubbish blank space, then you can just change this property of this h1. I will tell you how. If I tell you now, then you will say, hey Aditya, what you're teaching now? Okay, fine. It's advanced HTML, so we should use advanced HTML only. Okay, fine, great. But maybe you can get now what's the basically meaning of block elements and inline elements. So because of that, we have to use the essentially the BR. Most don't teach you, but I taught you why the necessity of using BRs in the forms. So let me off this pesticide now. Okay, it's done. Now let's come under our tasks so that we can just finish our CV. Ta-da! Fine. Let me go with the task one. Okay, task one. Add pick about an education section. Use table to make it align in a single row. the two column that is a pick and about. In the first row and the first column, that is first row, and it's going to be the first column as I show you. So the image should be enclosed, and in the second column, use TD, that is a table data, because it asks you making a row and a row with two columns. So you have to use two TDs, right? Because as I say, whenever I say TD, make it consider as a column. So you're gonna have two columns. So what basically the task says, for the first section, just make it a row, only a row with two columns. Okay, let's do that, and I will show you how it wanna look like. Also, see, they are saying that. Let me take the screenshot for you even, so that you will know what basically I mean. Okay, I can do sketching here, right? Oh, I'm good at that. Maybe. See, this is column one, and this full is column two. Yeah, it's big, but no issues. Fine. You also gonna have something big like this. Okay, so fine. Okay, so consider this as a table. This is a whole table. This is having a column one. This is having a column two with only row one. Okay, so this is only a row in which two columns. So guys, now remember what I taught. Table head. But do you think it's required? No, because I don't want some captions over it like this is my peak, this is my image, because it's genuine, right? So just skip table head for now. For table body, you're gonna have one row, use a tier. You're gonna have a two table, you're gonna have two columns, so use two TDs. So let's do that. Before that, um, see the title of the website, Aditya's personal website, and there are two hearts. Okay, so if you want to get something like this, there's a website called unicodetable.com. So just click on the hearts and just copy it, and you can make use of it if you want it. Okay, I already copied um, somewhere here, so to save time in that. Okay, and make sure you're gonna have your one pick event. You can get from your LinkedIn event. Let me tell you how you can get from the LinkedIn. Hey, why I'm opening this. um, Go to LinkedIn. Let's say if you have uploaded any images there, just click on image, open image in new tab, then write copy image address. Okay, if you do like that, it will also work. Same. Okay, instead I have just downloaded it. No issues for that. Fine. Let's write Aditya's personal website. But see how much you're lucky. I'm sharing with you, but it's personal even. But no issues. Okay, let's me copy this hearts. Um, paste it here. Okay, it's here. Let's have Control S. Let's see how it changes. Yeah, it changes. Good. Next, let's get back to our about section. I told you about the comments yesterday, and I said you mostly gonna use your comments in the further sessions, because we're gonna write more codes now. So bear with me. Don't get disappointed or maybe whatever, because we are writing more codes. It's not. You will not feel even like you have wrote more codes, because you're gonna just have to complete the tasks one by one. I'm not going you give the whole things and all. I'm just teaching you by parts. Okay, for the tasks, then you have to add a pick and you have to add an about section. Okay, then use a thing called table. You're gonna have a one row called as PR. You're gonna have two table data, because you're gonna have a two table columns. So in table data one, you have to add your image. So how to add an image? So you just write img, click on that. In the source, just write your name that you have my pick on the left hand side of the pane, mypic.jpg. What is alt? Alt is basically definition to a pic. So what basically its pic is my profile. So why it is used? Let's say because of some network connectivity at the user end who is trying to open the file is not able to see your pic, then this alt tag will display and it gets no okay something it's not important, maybe because it's a profile pic. And let's say if it's Aditya maybe not looks good, so not required to see the profile. Maybe someone can. Okay, no issues. Fine. Uh, okay. Next. Fine. Image, source, and then all. Next in table 2, you have to add your about section. But let me show you how the about section goes to be. See, use TD. with H1 including your name. Okay, your name, and with H4 including your about. Fine, good. So go inside TD, just write H1, and it's going to be my name. See, I'm too much lazy. Okay, I'm copying here my name. Um, just write your name, and in your H4, it should go your about. So I have wrote something like Peter, let's say web developer intern. Yeah, badge holder and all, 5 star and all. Okay, fine. It works like this. Let me make some spaces. Fine, it's looking fine. Let me save it and let's see how it's look. Okay, something fishy is there. What is fishy? It's not looking good. Okay, fine, no issues. Let me tell you how you can rectify that. Use a cell spacing first. No, not space spacing. First of all, fix this image because this image is looking kind of too much square. But I want to look like this. Okay, so how you can do that? So for this you have to for sure use a CSS. So for this only I'm just teaching you CSS, else no. First of all, there is a call as width. Have I mentioned any width here? Yeah, adjust the image as it looks awkward, and set the width and height to be 200 rem. Okay, 200 rem. Okay, see, whenever you have to set your size of the image, it always mention either in pixels or either in rem for sure nowadays. So what's the benefit of using a pixel instead of rem? So if first of all, if you use pixel, so it's too much clear, like you don't need to do any calculation, just mention it how much big you want. But in the case, if you want to make your pages dynamic, in that scenarios, REM is used. So REM doesn't have its specific abbreviation and all, and it's not required even. But if you see the great developers, the developers who are working in very big industries, they used to use REM itself, not pixels. Why? Because REM supports the functionality of responsiveness. Okay, if you use rem, then for sure you are going to be more responsive, and responsive doesn't means you're gonna be mature. Responsive means in terms of the person who is trying to view the website. I will talk more about responsiveness. The whole 2 days I will dedicate just for this responsiveness, and all with the help of Bootcamp, so it's gonna be amazing. Make sure to attend that. Okay, fine. So first of all, you have to make height and width to 200 rem, and make sure to remember this conversion. If you're setting 16 pixels, then it's equivalent to 1 rem. So if I'm setting 200 rem, then it's just multiplied 16 to 32. 3200 pixels I'm setting it. So this is right. It's better to write 200 rem instead of 3200 pixels kind of. So first set that and set border radius to 50%. I am telling you what is basically border radius. So width to be 200 rem, height to be 200 rem. Let me show you for you how it looks. See, it goes small, and now it's I want to make it circle like this, right? So in that scenario, border radius is used. But why I say is it's CSS because it's come under style. So whenever I use a style with an element, so it comes under CSS. So just write border radius. I will tell you more about this. I will tell like whole sessions will be dedicated for CSS, and once you go to more days of this bootcamp, you wanna use more and more CSS. So don't worry for that. Just for now, just know like for you have used style, so it's come under CSS, right? So make the border radius to be 50%. Border radius 50% means make it circle. Now it's looking awkward since it's you don't have any spaces to make it spaces. I just tell you just use cell spacing with table. So cell spacing is 20. Let's check control S. See, not looking good. One more thing you have noticed, like there is a line. Basically, in which direction the line is horizontal, and horizontal starts with H. Take one more letter R, so it becomes HR. So if you want to make a line, then just use a HR. Control S. Okay. No, not this one. So you got this. So you are going towards your journey, right? You can see how it's looking to be. It's looking same, right? So that's what we have to do. So that should you be as a web developer. If you see a website, you should know how to clone it even. I doesn't mean just copy and paste the website code and all. as I told you, like in through developer tools, through inspecting on all, you will get the code, and even through keeping on web pages, you will get the code. But no, not like that. Just by coding one by one thing. Okay. Now let's take this my education part. Let's go to this. And for my education part, what is mentioned? So we did to make it yeah, to we have to make it centered, right? So I forward that. So how we can center it? So write a center. It's a keyword. And yesterday I noticed many um, many did mistake in spelling of center. I asked one question regarding that. So mostly write C N T R. No, it's not like that. C N T R. Okay. So just hit Control S. So yeah, it's looking more kind of squished in between. So it's looking more good now. Fine. Now create an what do we have to create? Create an unordered list containing the list items as number of education certificates you have. So what basically education certificate is? Highest qualification. Since I'm pursuing BTech, so let's me take a BTech. Then I completed my 12th, so let me include that 12th even. So, but what my requirement is, you should use a unordered list. So take the unordered U, list L, it will become UL, and take LI for least items. So I have copied for sure some of my educations here. Yeah, I copied. Okay, let me do this my education in let me first of all put a comment so that I know what's basically this section is going to be. My education, let me take that in my h2 and just paste my education there. And now I'm saying use an unordered list. As I say, unordered, right? So it takes use un and else or list. So write li for list items. um, okay, and let's see what basically the 2020 present means. I have not completed my BTech yet, so it will be like that only. So go to list item, mention 2020 present, and then mention pursuing and all. Okay, make it do like this. Although it doesn't matter because in spacing is nothing there in your HTML and all. I will tell you how you can do even, but that also. But you notice there's a HR. We have wrote HR where here. Okay, we should have HR here. Good. It will look nice, right? It's looking nice. But one thing I am not looking good is like this person goes here, right? I want to make it on a next line as similar to this. So again, BR. There is a there. BR is there to help you. Just like BR, and it should look like this. Yeah, it came to next time. Next again, I want another list item. So I have talked about you in yesterday's session about list. If you have missed it, no issues. You can see the recording even. I passed my 12th in 2018, let's say, and okay, 2018, and I passed my computer science with 94.4%. Okay, from KB. Uh, that's also true. Okay, let me do that. But if you're saying it, like even if I'm writing here in an X but it's not appearing on an X here. So that was the inline elements and all that I taught about you. Just write a BR over it. Uh, so it comes into the next. Okay. Again, write HR to make another line. HR. Okay. Let me see how it looks now. I see. You're getting closure, right? One thing we have missed that I wanna show you. This C. This TH is on top of 12, but here this TH is just squished to the 12. It's not going on top, right? So how you can do that? For that, let's say let me use Google now. So to tell you how if you get stuck, how you can make it work. How to make something in power of a letter in HTML. Just I hit something random. Even I just write something random. See, I'm getting a correct answer. Subtag. Subtext defines subscript tag. So you can use subscript tag to make it something lower, and you can use a sub tag to make something down. So see, uh, I know about subtext and all, but what's basically my motive to show you in a Google is it's not always necessary that you know everything in a web development, because it's a very big sea. Um, you may end up in forgetting something. So for that, Google is there to help you when you want, right? You can just Google it, whatever you in your mind. Just I wrote something like how to make something in Power of Letter. It's too much randomly, right? Someone, if it's well experienced than me, right? So it will say something. It will write something else in Google. But I even I wrote like that, but I got a quick suggestion called as sub. So that's basically the thing you should do if you get stuck somewhere in things like that. But still, some persons I get it. The people used to say like, "Hey, if I Google it, what does it mean? Like I have used it. Like it means like they have not know about it." But no, don't feel like that. Why? Because first of all, web development is a very big sea. It's not always possible to learn everything about a single thing. Secondly, web development is always considered to be an open book test. I used to learn web development from the great teacher from USA. She only told like us like see, web development always been an open book test. Why? Because it's really kind of impossible to learn everything about web development. Uh, you will learn, right? You should have some basics around that. But if you get something new to do it, you need to do searchings and all, and you will get more importance out of it whenever you try to code something, right? So it's really good because even if you're doing search and all, you are knowing what's basically the meaning behind it. If you know the meaning, then it's really fine. No need to no just copy randomly. First of all, know the meaning and then copy it. Okay. Next, you have done this part. Now comes with the work experience. Add my skill and my skill section, my experience in skill section. Sorry, create a table with a table headers as date, position, organization, description. Now see the table headers are come into play. That your favorite table header, that is T heads. Then take as number of rows as number of experiences you have. Say I have 4 experiences, and each row is gonna have 4 TDs. See TD column you should see in a mind, and initialize each with the required details. Then for the skill section, use the table elements to list all your skills with a respective rating. Use stars for it. Okay, still you can get stars from that Unicode table that I've showed you the website. I will share that link in the Discord even. So make use of that. Fine. So you got it. What's your next task is to help Kit2. Now Kit2 got stuck in adding the my skills section. Why? Because it comes under advanced HTML. So maybe he got feared of it. But no, we are not like that. You are too much brave enough to tackle it. And I'm also there with. I will help you. So let's help Kit2 now. Right. So you have to add your my skills, but you have to make first of all table headers as date, position, organization, and description. So let's first of all add some comments behind it. Uh, my experience. So I have wrote something for sure about experiences as well. Okay. Use a table. Then use a table head with 4 columns. The columns will be date, position, date, position, um, then organization, organization, then its description. Okay. Let me save that how it looks. Yeah, here we are. Date, position, organization, description, and we're gonna make it look something like this, right? So, okay. Now use something called as table row, because you're gonna have as number of rows as number of experiences you have. Um, R, R. Okay, fine. Now you're gonna have 4 rows, as I mentioned, because I have 4 experiences, and now each 4 row have 4 columns showing your things like date, position, and organization description. And I, re- I remember one the way to bold it also. I remember now. I will tell you now how. Wait for me there. Okay. First of all is the date, 2021. Um, then my position is beta Microsoft Launch Ambassador, let's say, is this, and then organization is Microsoft. Uh, then the descriptions. Now see descriptions. Descriptions are looking kind of big, right? And I don't want to make it weird like this. Instead, I want to make it look something like in bullet points. So if you remember what the bullet points are on order list. Why? Because it doesn't have any numbers. So in the TD, now I'm gonna nest it with another unordered list you call as UL. Now see, it's getting more and more and more, right? Inside each element you are adding something new. So that's the basically reason of taking me this in day one bootcamp, so that if you know, you can do it now, right? So on order list, it's UL. It doesn't going to be number, it's going to be bullets. So just copy, let's say ambassadors are exposed like that. uh, then create another li. um, Organizing and mentoring. Why zeros are coming? Then go in the text file. It's analyzing problems of coding skills and solve the real world problems, right? So it's one of the motive of MLS, you can say. Uh, Next, so the table, sorry, row one is completed. Let's see how row one is looking. So see, row one is looking kind of weird. We'll fix it. No issues. See, organization is coming here, description is coming something here. Okay, I know it will work because we have not given any spaces. So it will give for sure. Let me give a cell spacing of 10. Maybe it looks nice then after that. Let's see, else I will increase it. So just I'm giving a guess, right? So it works in with you. Just give a spacing that comfortable your eyes. Spacing. Okay. This can see, not checking good, right? Not checking kind of mode. I can increase somewhat more maybe. Well, yeah, fine. One more thing, it's not looking good, right? It's gets squeezed into that. So I wanna break the line after learn, right? So to break the line, what the command we know? Br. So just write br tag over it. Okay. So if you write br, it just goes to the left and everything comes in order, right? Everything comes in an order. I will tell you how you're gonna make look like this. Just few more minutes. Let me add some others rows and even. So this table row is finished. Now goes to the table row 2. 2021 table data. 2021 table data. Web developer. Um, and table data. I'm web developer at Google Apple Clubs in my college. Then table data. Now the things that I worked on at this club. So use an another list again, and each another list having list items of this. Okay, list items. Then good hold on front end frameworks and server frameworks. Let's say Li contents that I know are this very now. Backends that I know, server frameworks, not backends. It's server framework. That is Node.js databases. I know as SQL and all. Okay, fine. Let me hit enter. See, now it's updated. And another club called as OWASP club. So the description is same. So no need for include that now. We'll include something new called as 2021. And that is my experience in 2021. Will beta. Then I'm an intern in web development. Okay. So by this now, the guys who don't know about me also can know me. Right? Right. I'm just kidding. Okay, table data. I have another list. List items. Stock foundation. Let's say. Hey, wait. I entered it wrong. This side. Yeah. I should mention this in organizations. Table data organization. Okay. Now what I built is a responsive web app there. Ah, don't say. Okay, yeah, it's there. Built responsive web app. Entered into my bullet things. Li payment gateway integration. Yeah, okay, with Razor Pro actually, but no issues. See, it's got updated. Let me do that for this OWASP one also, as they will kick me out. Hey, just kidding. Okay. Let me do that also again. Table data. Data. It's having at a web developer scene now. OWASP and same quality here, right? Now people will say like why I'm copying it. Right? Because I know it's gonna be same. First of all, secondly, I know the reason how to use UL and all. So if you are copying it, make sure you know the reasons behind it. So if then the copy is really right, you can do the copies in that case. Okay, fine. Let me tell you. Yeah. Now let me tell you the things that I have mentioned earlier. Developer and in this PR tab. Now it will appear on next line. Right, it's not appearing on next line. I mentioned one thing just now is date, organization, and description. Like you can't bold it just by using like we are not able to bold it with B tag. But I forgot one more thing that it's an exception. First of all, you can't use a B tag over it. Nextly, if you want to bold it, you can use another tag called as TH. It was developed by the brilliant people who developed the HTML. Like they also face the situation using the BH. So what they gave another alternative for making it bold is use of PH instead of TD. So if you use TD, then it's not bolding it, right? So to make it bold, you can use TH. So they forward really badly, but yeah, no issues. I got it now. TH. Okay, so if you save it, you can't bold, right? So that's how you can bold the things. Secondly, it's kind of squished. It's not getting squished like this. So maybe I can try using center, right? Or it's fine, right? Actually, it's fine, right? Yeah, it's looking fine only because I used th. There's no need for centering even. It's looking nice. Same, no issues. We'll not use center. Okay, it's looking nice, similar. Fine. Next, after table, use a HR again to break the line. Now the line is break. Okay. So let's see what more we have to do in this my skills section. So you have to initialize. Then for the my skills, use a table again to list your skills and respective ratings. So for ratings, you're gonna have a stars like that. But let me take a screenshot for it so that I can tell you what I basically wanna do in this my skills section to tell about you. Guys are there, right? Yeah, they are there. Fine. Um, First of all, row one, then row 2, then row 3. Fine. You are able to see you have 3 rows, right? Problem solving, let's say, is a whole one row. Object-oriented programming communication skill is a one whole row. Enthusiastic code and hardworking deterministic, let's say, to be a one more, then whole one row. Then, if I want to know how many columns we have, so let's see, we have a column called C1. For another star, we have a column called C2. For one star you have a column dot c4 c3, sorry, and you're gonna have a column another called as c4. Okay, so basically it means you're gonna consider this whole section as a row, right? You're gonna use this whole section as a row. Fine. Now let me again revise what I have mentioned you. Tr is basically the rows. TD is basically the columns. Now you can make assumptions. How many rows you're gonna have? 3. So you're gonna have a 3 tiers. How many columns you're gonna have? 4. So how many TDs you're gonna have? Each tier 4. See how simple it's. It's considered to be as advanced HTML. So it's as that simple if you learn like this. So let's see. We can code it right now. If we not code it, we'll see how we can code it even. No issues for that. Skills section. That give me an H2 of my skills. And I use the figures from that website, so I just copied it already so that I you not get waste time in that because it's not a rocket science to navigate the figures in that, right? So you can do by your table. Then, as I mentioned, you're gonna have 3 rows, three, 1, 2, 3. So just mention 3 tiers, 3 tiers, 3 tiers. Okay. And how many columns you're gonna have? 4 columns. Right? So how many you're gonna have in each tier? 4. That's the way. TD. So sorry. Yeah. Problem solving is one column, as I have shown you. Let me clarify here again. Um, see. This is one column. This is one column, and this is another column, and this is the end of the table, right? So you're gonna have only these 3 columns of your own. I'm not making a house, okay? Don't laugh again. If you are laughing because I'm trying to laugh. Okay, fine, no issues. Okay, I just want to make you clear. Just made a line like that because it's looking house, right? No, tent. Okay, whatever. Problem solving is one column. This star is another column. Web development is another column, and C is this star is another column, right? So make use of that. So table data you're gonna initialize like that. Table for no need now. Okay, no issues. Um, make stars. So I have 5 ratings in that. Let's say 5 in problem solving. So just mention 5 stars. Another column is table 3. That is another skills, and again table data. 4. So you're done with the part 1, that is row 1. So let's see how it looks. See, it's looking nice, right? As we have this, as we have things for, and we'll do formatting at the end. Next table row, that is, it's gonna have, okay, object oriented programming. Let's say, oops, it's called as oops also. Maybe you have studied. Uh, then enter your skills. 4 star in that. I feel to be table data, and communication skills. Um, 4 star. So let me copy. It's 4 star again. Okay. Table. So row 2 is finished. Now row 3 is an first of all enthusiastic coder. Um, Table data, and I gonna have 4 star stem. So just copy that 4 stars. So since you are copying, as you know, what's the meaning of that? So it's mine, right? So no issue in that. Uh, Hard working, and again 4 star. Um, okay, you have done, but it's not looking good as much because we have not did any spacing. For spacing, just to cell spacing. So remember one more thing, like you have more attributes like a cell spacing, like row span, column span, stuff like that. We'll teach that in further sessions, but you're gonna teach it with, you're gonna learn it with CSS. So I just keep it for that time. Okay, so first of all, congratulations for completing our task 2. Now the last task, there is task 3. Add contact me in sections. So use S3 and H4 for the mobile number and email ID. Make sure to add an anchor tag to your email ID. So first of all, you have to use anchor tag first of all. That is A, and you need to add your mail ID in that anchor tag. Nextly, you have to use S3 and S4. In S3, your mobile number should be there, and in S4, email ID should be there. Okay, fine. So that firstly. So let me show you how you can do how it looks like. It should look something like this: contact me, then number, then mail. So, but one thing you will find, if I click that mail, right? So it will open my this Gmail ID. Fine. So how you can do that? Because if I told you yesterday about anchor tags, like if you click on it, it will appear in a page and like kind of like that. But if you want to use in the way as I'm doing, like once I click, it should appear the Gmail, the default Gmail browser. Then in that case, follow me. How you can do. So first of all, give a comment, contact me, and I forgot to put a HR, right? So just put that HR even, and contact me. I use something like this phone. Okay. Two. What I use? Let me see. Oh, I use this hand. Okay. The second one I have used. Uh, Contact me, and it is an H2, and let's do the rest in H3 so that it looks kind of smaller. So uh, number, and then let's mention my number plus sign one, something I am mentioning, right? Let me mention something. Next, mail. Yeah, go to copy this mail options. Uh, it's 3 mail, and I'm supposed to add an anchor tag, right? So let's add an anchor tag, and in href, let's first of all mention your Gmail ID, Aditya Gupta 115 @gmail.com. But I asked you to do something like that makes it to open a that mailbox. So for that, you have to use something extra called as mail to colon to make use of that. If you write mail to, then it will open. So it's a special command you can say to make the default browser open for you. So there's something like that special browser more. You can search for it. So that's working. Um, Let me see. How I put some. Okay, see, it's working. Fine. Um, One thing I'm doing. um, I'm trying to make some spaces, extra space between this mobile number and this space, right? But it's not happening, right? I given two space where it's equivalent to one space only. So if you want some extra spaces, HTML don't understand it until unless you have specified it. So for that, you have to use and b as b. So see, you have more options like that. You can use any of the things. So if you write nb nsb, then HTML knows, okay, okay, Aditya, you are using two spaces, so I will give you two spaces like this. Okay, then HTML knows. So NBSB is the thing to make it more spaces. Now, while you're waiting like this, so use that. Let me do mesh to that stuff. So what you're waiting for? Now use a form tag that I have told you. Action, just leave it blank. You're not building a backend and all. For method, uh, just leave it default to get. Mind it, if it have not mentioned anything inside the method, it will consider it as get only. Okay, you need two things: your name. So just use a label, as I told, label. Your name. Um, then input, and type is to be the text. Let's say my name is there, and ID I have no use because I'm not taught you about IDs and all. It will, you will learn about this in CSS again. Label. Um, this for is also not needed, but yeah, leave it. Um, your name, then your message. Tell me your message. What you want to, why you want to contact me. Let's say like that. So input, type is text, and name is uh, message. Let's say. So why you use these names and all? Even if you don't use it, will work nice. But if you want to talk that parameter in a backend way, then name is used. So it's a best practice, you can say, to have an habit of adding a name. Else you will face some issues while using a backend stuff. So for that later purpose, I make you do like that. Add a button, call it submit. Let's see how it's looking. We'll format it. See, it's looking in a not in a different line. Let me add br tags, two br tags. If you remember, we did. So br, mm, okay. um, see, this not looking good. Just put an hr at the end. You can have a line even. Just a minute. Okay, yeah. So guys, finally, congratulations and all, because we have finally built this fabulous CV. It contains my details. You can build your own by following the way as I did, right? So you have completed all the tasks, and intentionally I have taught you all the commands that I want to teach you today for HTML. Ta-da! That's also great, right? So maybe you have not felt. You have used tables. You have used again the anchor tags. You have used something special as a mail to. You have used something called as an unordered list. You have used something called as list items. You have used something called as table data. You have used something called as table body. You have used something as TD, whatever, right? So I so for you used everything, right? So that's the basically reason of teaching you with the help of scenarios. Okay, so that's what I used to do, because with the help of scenario, you will never realize what have learned. If I just put all the tags in a video, it will just, if it's me now, then I will just sleep behind computer in front of computer, right? So that's what, so basically the thing of using the scenarios behind it. And for sure, I'm gonna use this for the rest 5 days also. So make sure to join for rest more 5 scenarios. What's the benefit of using a scenarios is that you're gonna know how to solve the real time problems. Now, if day one you have solved the real time problem of a recipe. Why? Because you want to make the recipe accessible, let's say all. So instead of writing on a paper and pass it on to other and other, you can just post it on a website and people can use it. So it's a real time problem that once used to be in a previous time. Nowadays, after COVID, many apps are there like Google Class, Microsoft Teams. You host your you post your assignments, and everyone just make download that assignment and make use of it. So that works, right? So think you have solved one of the real time problem here. To think how much important the development can be in your career too. But I always, as I say, don't think web development as a source of money. For sure, you will get a lot of money if you know web development, but consider this as opportunity to solve the real time problems. That's my motive, so that you can learn more and more and more about the web development. So make use of that. Any Q&As now? Then we'll proceed to the quiz.
No queries, Aditya.
Are you there, guys? No queries? That's really good. And okay, she also joined. No issues. Um, let me start your quiz. Um, the quiz will be on quiz, and let's use it will put. Guys, be ready for the quiz and some general instructions to get. Sorry, guys, I got disconnected. Okay, no issue. Okay, so we are. I have not started the quiz yet. So wait a minute. Um, Hey guys, I'm just starting. Just a minute. Just starting the quiz. Like getting some issues at Quizy server. So just a minute. Let me do that for you. Okay, guys, you can see my screen. Go to joinmyquiz.com and enter this game code 028780. Guys, are you joining? Maybe you are asked to create an account. Maybe, not sure, but yeah. See. Guys, who is this SS? Just change your name. How I know. Uh, who is this SS? Yeah. Hmm.
It's me, I'll change it.
Who? Oh, Sneha. Who
Yeah.
is that? Oh, okay, Sneha. Sure. No issues. I know you. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, 9 joined, and we have, I guess, 9 only. So, yeah, we have 9 even. So, that's fine. Um, okay, guys, let me give one more time. You're gonna have 6 questions. Out of that, first 5 questions are based on the 2 days even. Only 2 days to even. I'm not asking anything extra and all. Just only today. And next, the sixth question is basically the poll question. It's which the marks will be not allotted to you anyone. Only the marks for first 5 questions are allotted. And it's my advice to answer as soon as possible because Quizy gives the ranks based on the time how you take the answer and secondly, how much you've given the right answer or not. So all are only one options are correct for every questions, and 30 seconds are given for most, and for 45 questions are given for um, code based questions and all. So guys, I'm gonna start it. All the best. Which of the following attribute with respect to the table is wrong? Thirteen, 12. Okay, all done. Let's see the score. Leaderboard. Okay, Sneha, and fifth. Okay, Varshini on the top, right? Okay, no issues. Good. So only one wrong answered, but rest answered nicely. Next question. How you can achieve the space between the cells in the table? Oh my god, too much quick. Okay. Okay, all done. Good. And let's see the leaderboard. Ayushi, Varshini. Okay, who is Mr. Unknown? Okay, I will ask it. No issues. Next question. One pixel is how much REM? I taught you, right? I asked you to mention that things, to know that things, right? Just do some calculations. You'll get it. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. Okay, one not answered. No issues. Let's see the leaderboard. Ayushi, Varshini, Arish. Okay, good. Next questions. Fourth question. Second last. In the following code, if I have not mentioned anything inside the method or form, so by default the method is considered to be of type what? 1 minute is 45 minutes, kind of. Yeah, 45 seconds. Yeah, okay. 43, 42, 41, 40, 9, 38. Only one not answered. Who is that? Um, okay, we have to wait anyhow. Who is that one? Kavna. Kavna, answer quickly if you are there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay, let's see the leaderboard, please. Ayushi on the top. Varshini, Harshni, SS. Sneha. Still Sneha. Try for more. Um, Next question. What will happen once you click on submit button as per the code given? So this is the second last question, guys, for which you will get the last question for which you will get marks, and the next one you will not get marks. It is just for me knowing me. Yeah. So mostly all answered. Anyhow, I have to wait for Kavna. I can't move. Right. Oh, Kavna did. Great. So let's see the leaderboard. Oh my God, Varshini, Harshni, Sneha on the third. Okay, last point, right? Okay, answer fast. You will get points more because you fasted answer. Rating. What rating? Yeah. Just do it slow. Okay. 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 All done. Great. So let's see who got the highest marks. Third is Sneha, Harishni, Varshini. Congrats to you guys for such great Varshini and SS, and uh, also got the answers for that. So you guys, you can see your answers. To take screenshots, let me take that first of all. Just a minute. Fine. So Varshini, Harishni, Sneha, Bhavya, Shri, Ayushi, Mr. Unknown, who is that? Shruti, maybe Ankit. Okay, Shruti, Pratyush, Kavna. Okay, fine. No issues. So, guys, this is what about your quiz stuffs, and you will get your digital specs in your mail ID. You have used file registrations. So I'm exiting it because I don't need. I just need first top three. Let me save that first of all. Then you can go. Just a minute. Um, I have saved, and let me take your attendance too. Um, So hi guys again. So love to be all with you for the day two also, and I hope you got the things about it. Any volunteers to ask, like say anything about the event, whether it's good or whether it's bad or whether you got not. Anyone? Okay. Anyone interested?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Aditya,
Pratyush.
it's going perfect. I'm learning
Okay,
a lot
thanks.
of things.
Thanks, Pratyush, for that. Your
Yeah,
kind
great job.
response. Yeah, thank you. And don't forget to join for the rest days event because it just HTML you did. And today in Discord channel, I will share the cheat sheet of HTML. Maybe you can useful in hashtag notes and the resources. Okay, so make use of it. Even it is going to be good for you. Even I feel so. And secondly, don't forget to join for the rest of the days because you're gonna learn